Good evening, everyone. It's Peggy Hubbard here. I'm back. I'm going to wait a couple of minutes before I get started and see who's going to join me. This is something you guys need to know that's happening. Okay, I got 99. I got 165. Here it is. Richmond, Virginia. There was a house fire. Children were trapped in this fire. The first responders got to the scene and they were stopped and blocked by Antifa. The children perished in that fire. They died in that fire. Richmond, Virginia. You can go check this. They blocked the fire department and would not allow them to get to the fire. And these babies died in the fire. They perished. Ladies and gentlemen, children are being killed by these merciless thugs, criminals, terrorists, whatever you want to call them. But when you start killing children, you have definitely crossed the line. There is something sick in your soul that you will allow children to die in a house fire. You would block first responders and keep them from going to a house and saving children, babies, died in this fire. I had the unpleasant experience of watching my friend die live stream on Facebook. Yes, David Dorn, the captain, the retired 77-year-old police captain from St. Louis City, that was my husband's commander. They live streamed his death. And one of them had the nerve to say, that's one more for George Floyd. We got one. How sick are you? How black is your soul that you would allow babies to perish in a house fire because you're mad at the government? You want justice for George Floyd, and these babies died in a house fire. Blocking first responders from getting to the house to save these children. They perished. They died. And you want me to mourn George Floyd. You want me to be outraged about him. What about their lives? Didn't they matter? What about that police officer's life? He's black. Does he matter? Y'all are so hell-bent on destruction, you don't even know. You keep knocking on the devil's door, somebody's going to answer that. You keep knocking on the devil's door. You keep poking that bear. You keep pissing off Americans and see what's going to happen. Because anybody that does this and allow children to perish in a house fire, you are not an American. Your citizenship to me has been revoked. I don't see you as an American. I see you as a damn terrorist. And let me come across one of you. You're going to have a very damn bad day. A very bad day. I'm 56 years old. I'm almost at the end. I don't mind meeting my maker. But if I gotta go, I'm going to take a couple of you with me. Jail is not a deterrent for somebody over 50 years old. Jail to us is a retirement fund. 3 hots in a cot and free medical. To block a fire truck and not allow first responders to save those children, your soul is black. To live stream somebody's death, your soul is dog crap. Instead of wanting to tell us no justice, no peace. We will exact justice. And trust me, you won't have a lick of peace. I am a pissed off, fed up American. To read a story about children dying in a house fire in Richmond, Virginia, and fire trucks are blocked and not allowed to go down there and save those babies. Now a family has to bury their children because you're mad at the government. You didn't get your participation trophy. You're still living in mommy and daddy's basement. You dress in all black and hide your faces. We don't hide our faces. We don't hide behind anonymity. We don't hide. We're right here. If you want us, come and get us. We're not afraid of you, Antifa. We're not afraid. I had a run-in with you guys back in 2015, and you saw how well that turned out. You know Peggy Hubbard is not afraid of anybody. Y'all know that firsthand. Y'all been silent now for about 3.5 to 4 years, and now you want to rear your ugly little heads, crawling out of your mommy and daddy's basements, and thinking y'all bad. Y'all don't know what bad is. Y'all don't understand what you asking for. Y'all don't understand what we can do to you. Like I said, we are over 50 years old, and I haven't beat wholesale ass in a long time. You want to threaten me and threaten my life and threaten my family? Come on with it. Bring it. I may go down, but I'm going to take a couple of you fools with me. It's my job to make sure you meet your maker. Because anybody that steps to me, I'm going to take it as a threat. And I will deal with you precisely and correctly. You better make your peace with God if you come after me. If you come after me, I'm going to hand you your ass. If you come after my family, you have a family too. If you're that strong and that bold, then step right up. We'll all go together. But you want to block fire trucks and babies perished in a fire. If you don't like America, get the hell out. I will buy you a ticket and you can go on about your business. But I am a fed up, pissed off veteran, former cop, and I am not having it anymore. The city that I live in, we don't play that. We don't play over here in Southern Illinois. You guys can do that crap up in Chicago. You could do that crap over in St. Louis. But where I'm from in Southern Illinois, we will use you for sport. That is not a threat. That is a promise. To watch babies burn and die and block fire trucks, you have crossed the line. I wish you would cross my path. because I take it as a direct threat. To threaten me on social media, I keep that information. To say that somebody needs to come to my house and put a bullet in me, you better make your peace with God. Because if you come after me, I'm going to bring a whole lot of you with me. You come after me, there's a whole lot of other people that are going to come with me. Because I am never alone. I'm not Candace Owens. I'm not Diamond and Silk. I'm not Terrence Williams. I'm none of those people. I have a distinct skill that will scare the hell out of you. And I don't play. And trust me, a lot of us in this country have had enough. A lot of us are tired. A lot of us are tired of watching our cities burn. A lot of us are tired of watching our men and women in law enforcement killed for no good reason because you're mad. It only takes 2 pounds of pressure to pull a trigger. You guys don't have heart the way we have heart. We don't need guns to settle a score. We don't need weapons. A lot of y'all need nothing but a good ass whooping. That's what you need. You need somebody to break it off in your butts. All this timeout. Oh, it's going to be a timeout. But that timeout can put you 6 feet under. We are tired. I am pissed. I am angry. I am hurt. I am mad. Babies. Fire trucks being blocked. Burning up in a house fire in Richmond, Virginia. Blocked by Antifa. Blocked by protesters. And they died. Do you hear me, America? They died. They died. Maybe there is a reason why I did not win that election. Because I would be hell right now. 82 men shot in Chicago. And the mayor has the audacity to say she doesn't want the president to send the military to her city. Bitch, it's not your city. That city does not belong to you. You let out convicts and criminals to run amok in the city of Chicago. Y'all let out 11300 people, rapists, murderers, robbers, thieves that are now on our streets causing havoc. And you say you don't want the military in your street. 82 people shot in one weekend? You need help. Because apparently you can't do the job. Mayor Lightfoot. Pritzker called President Trump a failure. Donald Trump is a failure as president for this stuff to be going on. Are you kidding me? Is this fat bastard actually serious? You can't even run a state. And you want to call somebody a failure. You can't run the state of Illinois. You can't run the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. 82 people shot, 19 people dead. The Magnificent Mile going up in flames, and you got the nerve to call somebody a failure. Go sit down somewhere and eat a piece of pie. As if. But I am mad. I am angry. I am pissed. I am hurt. We talk about George Floyd, but nobody's talking about the babies that died in that house fire, blocked by Antifa and protesters, and they burned. Nobody's talking about that on the 5 o'clock news. Nobody's talking about that on MSNBC. Nobody's talking about that on Fox News. Nobody's talking about that. Nobody's talking about the man that was beaten to death in the middle of the street in Dallas and died yesterday. Nobody's talking about that. But you want to sit up and threaten a black woman and think I'm going to roll over and take it. Think I'm going to cower down and hide somewhere. I'll give you my address. You can come right to my house and tell me what you really think. But I guarantee you this. You can come here, but you're going to go out in a body bag. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of Antifa. I ain't afraid of any protester. You walk up on me, I'm going to take it as a threat. And you will be dealt with. And you better make your peace with God. Because I am not the only one that feels this way. But I am the only one that is speaking out. Because you know what? I'm not afraid. Call me Uncle Tom. Call me whatever you want. But one thing you can never call me is a damn coward. I had to watch my friend die on Facebook. 77 years old and shot down. 35 years in law enforcement, and he dies on the floor on a pawn shop. Dead. Dead. And streamed it live for everyone to see. We got one. I'm 56 years old. I'm ready to meet my maker. I've done everything in this world I can possibly do. Death to me is not an ending, it's a beginning. Going to jail is not a deterrent for us. But babies died yesterday. Children left to burn in their family home, and fire trucks were blocked from the scene by Antifa and protesters, and they perished in the fire. And nobody in the media is talking about this. Nobody. I'm looking for it, but I haven't heard not one report from the media. But you want to tell us how badly we're treating the protesters. Screw the protesters. Screw them. They forfeit their right when children died. They forfeit their right when they killed a senior citizen. They forfeit their right to exist in America. So I tell you this again. Hear it and hear it well. I'm not afraid. Neither should you. It is time for us to stand up and take back our country. It is time for us to stand with the men and women in law enforcement and our first responders. When children are left to die and burn, and you hear nothing from any of these political leaders, it is time for us to take it back. It is time for us to stand up and fight. It is time. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, it doesn't matter. As long as you're an American, it's time. When you start killing babies and allow them to perish in a fire, it's time to put an end to all of this bullshit. It's time. I'm not taking this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I am not a Black American. I am an American. Color be damned. It's time for us to do what we gotta do. I'm not afraid. Like I said, you keep knocking on the devil's door, you're not gonna like what you're gonna get. You keep knocking on the devil's door, somebody's gonna answer you. And you better make your peace with God.